Sajitam Tapasyupadishta Ivadhemana Tapasyupadishta Ivadhemana. Nityamya Tadvaktir Dikshaya Disho Nityamya Tadvaktir Dikshaya Disho Vilokya Susanyan Apasyamanaha Vilokya Susanyan Apasyamanaha Swadhishyamastaya Srimitya Sadasajitam Swadhishyamastaya Sadasajitam Tapasyupadishta Iva Sademanaha Tapasyupadishta Iva Sademanaha Yamyatad Bhaktara Bhaktara Vidriksayadisho Yamyatad Vidriksayadisho Lokya Satranyat Apasyamanaha Vilokya Satranyat Vajusnyamastaya Vimrishya Sajitam Tapasyupadishta Ivadhemana Tapasyupadishta Ivadhemana.
That literation is coming to be useful. Yeah. Next. Yes, this translation is meant for you. Although you are selling books, but it was meant for you, so that you can utter the mantras. Where is that?
Searching on all sides, but when he was unable to find anyone besides himself, he thought it wise to sit down on his lotus seat firmly and give his attention to the execution of penance, as he was instructed.
So, he could not find any person. Still, he took it seriously and began trouble. Therefore, in the beginning of Bhagavad it is said, Tene Brahma Rida Adikavai, from heart. Yes. He heard from outside. From the heart, the order was, yes, now you begin your tapasya. So he did. So, Krishna is helping both sides, from externally, internally. Externally a heart, thou had the sound deaf. And internally, he confirmed, yes. So, Krishna is helping us externally by the spiritual master, internally by the system. Buddhi Yogam Dadari. In this way, he is trying to help us. Unfortunately, we do not dare to take his help. Then why should we not suffer? Antad Bahi. Antad Bahi. There are two things, inside and outside. So Krishna is outside, he is helping spiritual master. Spiritual master is external manifestation of the Supreme Master. Just like if somebody is going somewhere in the Tokyo city, I have to say something. So I apply him. Will you kindly carry this message to him? Similarly, Krishna deputes some of his confidential devotees to help the people to become Krishna. Please go and tell it. The spiritual master is therefore external manifestation of the Supreme Lord. And internally he is sitting there as Paramatma. So both ways he is. And because the business is Krishna consciousness, therefore there is no difference between the external teacher and the internal. Because teaching is the same. Therefore, Vishwanath Chakravarti has Ashadharitena Samasta Shastrai. All the Shastras, the spiritual master is accepted as directly Hari, the Supreme Personality of God. Because he is carrying directly the message of Hari. Then again it is explained, then Mahavadi says, then I am God, because I am carrying the message of Krishna, therefore I am Krishna. No. Kintu Prabhu Japriya eva tasya. Not that he has become Prabhu or God, but he is very dear, service. Kintu Prabhu Japriya eva. Because he is carrying an important message. Then he is very confidential. And because he is very confidential, service, he is not different from. Suppose if I ask somebody to do something very confidential, so that means he is identical with me. Otherwise, how can I trust? Therefore, it is clear, not like Mahavadi. Because I have been deputed by Krishna to carry some message, not that I am become, but I am equal. Because the business is the same. Krishna says, Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamekam Saranamaya. And the spiritual master said the same thing. Sarvadharman Parityajya just surrender to Krishna. Therefore, message being the same, they are identical. The person are identical. But not identical in the Mahavadi sense that he has become now God. No. He is not God, but he is the most confidential servant of God. This is Vaishnava. Because spiritual master has to be accepted. Sakshat Hari, directly, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, the so-called spiritual master should not be puffed up that now I have become God. This is Maya. This is that side. He is most confidential servant of God, Krishna. Therefore, the disciple accepts him as good as God. So therefore, the conclusion is simultaneously one and different. Atinta Vedana. Is different. Means the spiritual master is confidential servant or the servant God. To the disciple is servant God. It's like in Christian philosophy they say the father and the son. The same. Is it not? Yes. So similarly, here these father and son, or the spiritual master and God, they are same, but at the same time not same. Simultaneously. This is called Achinta Veda with Prabhupada. Simultaneously one and different. I think the Christian philosophy is like that. Son, Christ, Son, and God, Holy Ghost. That simultaneously one and different. Is that? But that is the position. Sakshat Haritena Samasta Shastrai Vishwasthatha Bhavataiva Sadhi Kintu Prabhu Japriya. So, we can interpret when these Christian people say that Jesus is the only Son. So we can interpret, of course, we are not going to interpret, we can take it. But anyone who becomes confidential, just like father says, he has got many sons. One son who is very obedient, he says, he is my only son. So others are nothing. Does he not, the father says something? Actually, he is my son. Sometimes for a Savior. But that does not mean that he has got only one son. He has got many sons, but all of them are useless, worthless. He is only one of them. Similar statement is there by Tulsidas. He says, Tulsidas is some Hindi poet, that the food, the sun and moon, the urine, they come through the same source. That's the fact. Food and mood. Food means sun and mood means urine. So when we beget sun, the same genital. When we pass urine, the same genital. Coming as liquid. Tulsidas says it's very nice. The food and mood, they're coming from the same source. So, if food, if he is devotee of the Lord, then he is food. If he is not, then he is mood. Then he is mood. If the son, after begetting son, if the son does not become devotee, then he is as good as mood, like past urine. Mood comes, he says. It is less than mood. Because mood I pass, urine, the obnoxious finger is gone away. But it is present. It is present. The bad smell is constantly giving me trouble. Mood comes. But these are very mistakes. So, why this is that everyone is son of God, but one who is acting as real son of God, he claims, he is my only. Not that God is limited to produce only one son. Why? God has unlimited son. He is unlimited. If an ordinary man can beget hundreds of sons, just like Dhritarashtra, there are many instances. Rishabh there. So I got to be restricted to beget only one. I asked this question just to some distance. God is limited or unlimited? He says unlimited. Then why you are restricted? Limited one son. He could not answer. You know that? Why you are limited? He is unlimited. The ordinary person can beget hundreds of sons. Why God unlimited, usually restricted to one son? The interpretation should be anyhow that Tulsidas says that if he is devotee, then he is son. Otherwise it is urine. The God has begotten many sons. It's like the only what the son was, this is God. He said interpretation. Because he was giving service to the Lord, to the Father, brought the message of God. So our interpretation is like that. Not that God has got only one, but he is the only worthy. All are moved. Anyone who is not God conscious sits upon mood ka mood. Then read the part.
To achieve success in life, one should follow the example of Lord Brahma, the first living creature in the beginning of creation. After being initiated by the Supreme Lord to execute tapasya, he was fixed in his determination to do it.
Yes.
And although he could not find anyone besides himself, he could rightly understand that the sound was transmitted by the Lord himself. Brahma was the only living being at that time, because there was no other creation, and none could be found there except himself. In the beginning of the first canto, first chapter, first verse of the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is already mentioned that Brahma was initiated by the Lord from within. The Lord is within every living entity as the Supersoul, and He initiated Brahma because Brahma was willing to receive the initiation. The Lord can similarly initiate everyone who is inclined to have it. As already stated, Brahma is the original spiritual master for the universe, and since he was initiated by the Lord himself, the message of Srimad Bhagavatam is coming down by disciplic succession, and in order to receive the real message of Srimad Bhagavatam, one should approach the current link, or spiritual master in the chain of disciplic succession. After being initiated by the proper spiritual masters in that chain of succession, one should engage himself in discharge of tapasya in the execution of devotional service. One should not, however, think himself on the level of Brahma to be initiated directly from the Lord, by the Lord from inside, because in the present age, no one can be accepted to be as pure as Brahma. The post of Brahma, to officiate in the creation in the universe, is offered to the most pure living being, and unless one is so qualified...
Yes, it is important. Who becomes Brahma? A very exalted living being, pure. He is entrusted that you become Brahma. Brahma is also living being. But because he is very pure, this Brahma force is sometimes not available because there is no such pure living being. So Krishna becomes himself Brahma sometimes. Right.
The post of Brahma to officiate in the creation of the universe is offered to the most pure living being, and unless one is so qualified, one cannot expect to be treated like Brahma directly. But one can have the same facility through unalloyed devotees of the Lord, and scriptural instructions as revealed in the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam especially, and also the bona fide spiritual master available to the sincere soul. The Lord himself appears as the spiritual master to a person who is sincere in heart to serve the Lord. Therefore, the bona fide spiritual master, who happens to meet the sincere devotee, should be accepted as the most confidential and beloved representative of the Lord. If a person is posted under the guidance of such a bona fide spiritual master, it may be accepted without any doubt that the desiring person has achieved the grace of the Lord.
This is not.